I'm going to start with a little story today. December something or other in 2001, Vivian Clark asked if I would give the message for the service. And I was all excited, a Christmas Sunday message. Oh, I should do something special because this was an honor and I should do. So I brainstormed, and we had a couple youngsters in our congregation, like Sarah and Emma, and I had them come up, and they had this big, I got a box and I covered it with foil paper, and inside that box there was a gift for every person. And the kids passed them up, and nobody was allowed to unwrap their gift, except all at once. And the topic of my talk that day, the title was, "The Best Gift You Can Ever Give." You remember, don't you? Kelly was here, and it was a big deal. I thought it was very clever, and I still think it's clever. But when everybody unwrapped the gift, the best gift that they could ever give was a mirror, a hand mirror. And look at it. You are the best gift you can give anytime. Birthdays, Christmas, anniversaries. You are the best gift that you can give anyone or any entity in this world that we live in. You look around this room, we give ourselves to each other as we create this wonderful, marvelous community called Church of Dios. And so it is.
Is this my turn?
It's your turn, sir.
Go get it, Tiger.
You kind of caught me off guard there, Pat. It's amazing how Spirit brings everything together when we gather. It's been like that my whole life when I realized there was something other than myself and Spirit was part of it. Pat, you couldn't have given a better intro. Sabrena in this very room it's just all a continuation. The month of December is what we call the month of giving. I mean, we focus on giving in more significant ways, I guess. You know, and in our consumer culture, we seem to be hypersensitive and supercharged when it comes to giving. And not that long ago, a few years back, somebody impressed me with this idea that the second half of life is different than the first half of life, in that the first half of life and how we give is focused on acquiring careers, family, homes, accessories, and we're just consumed with that. But slowly, as we move from first half of life to second half of life, we focus on letting go of things, getting rid of all the things that we've collected. And that's part of where we get in life. But I'm coming to realize more and more, and this year is no different, that when I get to December, I begin to have a sense of sadness. And I was having a conversation with my wife the other day, and we were talking about this, and you know, really what I experience more and more when I get to December every year now, it's grief. There's a subtle grieving that I go through about things that are no longer the same, things that I have lost, people that are no longer part of my life. And I don't think I'm unique in that. I think that we all experience this And maybe December is a time that we maybe are more sensitive to it. But I was reminded of a little thought out of the Gospel of Thomas, which is an obscure book that maybe some of you have never read. But there's a parable in the Gospel of Thomas about a woman who's carrying a full jar of meal. And as she was walking, and it was quite some distance, the handle on this jar broke. And she was not aware of it. And as she continued to walk, the meal in her jar slowly was pouring out on the road behind her. And when she got to her home, she realized, and she set the jar down on the table, that the jar was completely empty. I equate that little parable to that feeling of loss that I think I feel, and sometimes I think we all feel. And I equate that to all of the love, the compassion, the caring is really what we carry with us in spirit. And over time, I think that we can feel that, gosh, I wish I could give more. I wish that I had more to give. I feel sometimes like my jar is just empty. And as we began our service this morning in this very room, and as Pat shared that very profound thought right before I stood up, I just want to remind you that the Spirit is with us, and as we focus on that blessing, and as we focus on that giving to one another, we reinstill that spirit of purpose, of presence, of joy, and our jar is never empty. Because when we're together, we always have something to give. And as you give through this season, know that what we give really shines the light on those things that maybe have been hidden or shadowed, and bringing the light to someone else that we know and love truly brings joy to their heart. So it is.
Dick, thank you very much. Well, Mary, Mike, and Jen Gribble, welcome. It's so great to see you. You brought people with you. Tell us, what's going on in your world?
Well, we went back to Michigan to see my family. Unfortunately, my dad passed away last November. But I was very fortunate and grateful for the opportunity to be one of his caretakers while he was in hospice at his home, and to run his world's largest O-scale railroad, which was a 10,000 square foot building with 12,000 feet of track.
Wow.
And share that with the community. And the love that everybody had for the place was just, it was very heartfelt, and I just loved it. Unfortunately, Dad it was always a hobby for him. It wasn't a business, so we had to sell it. And we couldn't sell it as a railroad, so we had to demolish it. But we spread all his stuff out to people everywhere. So now it's all over the place. In fact, we were handing out train Christmas ornaments yesterday.
Cool.
and it was just a wonderful. And we're on our way to the Philippines for a few months, but we had to come through Sonoma County and see our friends. And I wasn't absolutely sure we were going to be able to make it today, but it was my goal, and we got here, and I'm very grateful for that, to see all my family here.
Good. And who's the folks you brought with you today?
These are our friends, Brooke and Wendy. They're our gracious hosts while
Great.
we're here. They've
Great.
actually been to Cabaret a few times with
Okay.
us.
Right.
And they were at a Christmas service a few years ago.
Okay.
And they wanted to join us for the service today. So
Great.
you're
Well, welcome home. Cry it out loud, and have a great time in the Philippines. Just
Thank you.
great to see you. Oh, wow. What a way to start. Monday healing service is on hold, sabbatical until, we're not sure, maybe February, March. Is it this Thursday? No, the following Thursday for the ladies' spiritual book study.
The date is the 19th, I think.
Okay. Any other announcements of stuff going on? Oh, Corral, tell us.
Yes, this coming Saturday at 3 o'clock at the Burton Recreational Center will be the Roanoke Park Chorale season concert. $10 suggested donation, but by golly, if you want to come and cannot afford, let me know and we'll cover you. We have a wonderful, the theme is like old time radio. There's some cute songs, and this year is a lot more thoughtful, pretty heavy merry theme. And so there's some really wonderful things, and our quality of singing is really upgraded. Our director is going to be leaving us and retiring in the spring, so public service announcement, we really need help finding somebody willing to lead us with joy and enthusiasm and a generous spirit, because we don't compensate, we can't compensate very deeply, so it's an act of love. While the director does receive money, we can't afford much. But our competency, we are now a semi-professional group and getting paid to perform and called upon to perform in the community, so we're good enough to be there. And on going down the stream, anybody who thinks they can do music, even if they can't read, we have about half the people in our group that cannot read music, but they can memorize parts and they're good. We help raise everybody up. So come to our concert on Saturday, 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, so that way you still have time to do your other parties and events, or early enough you can drive home before dark.
Right.
At Roanoke Park Burton Recreational Center. It's over in the B section, so there's a little elementary school on the corner of Southwest and Burton, and you just turn down their big parking lot behind.
All right. Any other announcements?
Yeah, my other announcement, the food barrel is empty, please refill it.
That's right.
Okay, by the time we get it full, it'll be spring when everybody forgets about the giving season and bellies are still empty.
Yeah. All right. Any other? Emma and Sarah, are you getting ready for Christmas? Is it pretty exciting at your house? Have you got a Christmas tree? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you need to tell us about Christmas? About the holidays? You don't have to. I just always look for new ideas and thoughts. I didn't hear you.
They had Toys for Tots, so we donated toys for kids in need, and they went shopping and chose what we would donate to the kids.
That is so wonderful. Thank you very much, girls. Yeah, we had our fire inspection on Monday from the fire department. They said they were doing their Toys for Tots things, and I forgot to announce that they're still accepting. Yes?
And then we also gave to an organization here locally, it's out of Santa Rosa, and it's for children who are removed from their homes, so foster children. It's called the Blue Bag Project, and we got to pick out different items that go in those blue bags for the children. So that was a very heartfelt one. So that was another
Cool.
way support.
That's what Christmas is all about, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit. So thank you very much. Thank you, girls. Any other announcements?
Glad to see Ron back.
Yes, we're glad to see Ron back.
Thank you.
And Ron is going through some challenges, health challenges. Ron's not alone. We know a lot of people who, if anybody knows of a name, say the name out loud, and that guides our intention, guides our light. Okay.
Etta.
Etta?
Ray?
Ray? Anyone else?
Clint.
Mark?
Bettina.
Bettina?
And another Mark.
And another Mark.
And then Helen.
Helen.
Debbie.
No.
Isn't when we take a moment and stop and bring into our awareness so many of our family and friends and acquaintances are going through a dark time. They're facing huge challenge. And our intention, our love, our light can actually give them support, however they need it. We just cast it out. So let's take a few minutes and share our light and our love. And to the highest good, and so it is. Well, we're going to sing a song now called Behold the Star. And it's not a very familiar Christmas carol. So, Maestro, would you play it through for us once? And that we might get an idea of what the tune is, and then we'll sing it.
Okay.
Normally we stand up. A good minister would tell everybody, please stand and sing, and I neglected to remember to do that. But now is the time we get to greet each other in the traditional Church of the Oaks fashion, and you may stand and do that if you choose. The lyrics are great. Mike, it's so good to see you.
I'm so grateful to get here.
That's watch movies.
I do. I'm careful with him.
Oh, well, I'm so glad you're here. Good to see you again. It's been a while.
I like to trust that you have been everybody loves each other.
You might be a little kick on your Good. Thank you for all you do.
She's going and going and going. And the other guys are running. How's it going? Well, I talked about no, I didn't. Number one, I and 3 days, we got 3 days of snow. This is why I left it in the first place. And we're not going back to that. I don't know whether we do that, but I think, I'm more about this. Several years ago, I went back to Michigan. Better now than I used to. I wasn't sure we were going to do it out there, but we're only here for about 5 days. So that is true for Sunday.
There is no lack of abundance in this universe. It's everywhere. And spirit controls that and kind of delivers it in the strangest ways sometimes. No one knew that Mike and Jen were going to be here today. But for some reason, we've got a huge homemade pineapple upside down cake and 2 boxes of donuts next door for some unknown reason. Just, it's amazing sometimes, is it not? Oh, as we prepare ourselves this morning for our meditation, let's sing together In the Stillness of the Silence, number 97 in the Winds. I think, is that right? Yes. Okay.
In the stillness of the silence, I am one with perfect light. I am given perfect freedom. Joy still fills me, thrills me, mind and heart. In the stillness of
As we prepare to move into this meditation, let's recognize the season of the deepest, longest nights. Nights that call us to be home, to be with loved ones, to find the warmth, to find our good. Every culture celebrates with a festival of lights. And as I look out on your faces, I see that you've all brought your light. All of the messages today have been around giving, sharing, holding, and releasing. We hold that which is dear to us to share with others. It's a time to look at the year that has passed and recognize what we may have missed, whom we may now miss, what we want to give, what we need to receive. Let's start today with a gift to ourselves. Let's find our greatest light and bring it forth. If you would relax into your chair and take a deep breath, feel yourself, feel your warmth, feel your heart, find your light and your energy, and let it grow. Feel your aura, feel the space, and relax. We do come to the end of the year with a few things that we may feel as fears or sorrows or things missed. And in this season of such deep darkness, such short days, we can sometimes feel a little pressed upon by that darkness. We all hold a touch of darkness in us. And I invite you to fill up with your light until you can look into the darkness and find something to release. You are enough. You've been enough. You're full enough to light up your own darkness. Take another deep breath. Fill with light. Know the love around you. And release any tensions, any fears, any sorrow. Let them go. Take another deep breath and relax. And let's take a moment of meditation on that wee bit or bigger bit of discomfort that we may release right here, right now, in the presence of love. Go deep into the velvety, calm dark and find your light. In the stillness of this silence, find the light of love and good. Give it as a gift to yourself, and then share it into our world. Thank you. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Joy. I went outside Tuesday night, Wednesday night, I don't remember. And I looked up, and kind of over in there was the moon with the little crescent and one very bright star. And then I got to looking, and there were a trillion stars. And I was awe, I think, is the right word. I was in awe of what I saw. I was thinking about people on this planet. There's 7 or 8 billion of us. I forget, I started counting them, but I lost interest, but got confused. But I thought, how many people are aware of those stars? I sort of thought of that Don McLean song, Starry Starry Night, Vincent, and just, that's a haunting stuff. But you can't help but feel beauty when you listen to that song. Just in whatever, however you take it in, you just feel the beauty. And I don't think anybody can look up at the sky at night and see those trillion stars in our galaxies without being in awe. And you can't see a single one of those stars at 10 o'clock in the morning. Not a one. The sun just kind of lights up our world as we know it through the daytime. But when it's dark, and in our universe, it's dark all the time. Those stars and planets and suns and moons, they create light. But you can only see the light that they create when it's dark. And I think about us in our lives. We all go through dark times, and especially this time of year. There's darkness the longest nights of the year, the shortest days. All of the challenges that we have in our societies globally create real dark spaces in so many lives. But each one of us has a light. And that light that we can share and spread, and it can not only light our own lives, it can light lives of other people. There's some things that we have in this life. I heard a funny thing, and it just, I don't know, just made me chuckle. 8 billion people, 7 billion people, however many we are, do you know that every single one of those people that have hands have fingerprints that are unique? There are no two alike. And there's some people that don't have hands that don't have fingerprints. But for most of us, our fingerprints are very unique. They use them for identification globally. And with all the attitudes that people seem to have, why is it, I've never heard somebody say, I just hate these fingerprints. I wish I had her fingerprints. They're so nice. They always go well with everything. Do we ever think about that? But we beat ourselves up with almost every other part of our lives that we were created like perfect. But yet we tear it apart. We covet. We want what somebody else has said. We just hate that about ourselves. Why can't we accept our inner being and our outer being as they are? Just accept it. We all were born with this light in us. That light was there before we were born. It'll be there after we stop breathing. And we can share that light, our spirit, our soul. You can call it whatever you want, but it's that source that's within us. And this time, the celebration of lights, it's because there is so much darkness, not only in our weather patterns, in our season, but also in our lives. And we can be that light just as much as a candle, just as much as the stars. There's one quote on the order of service that I think is great. Someday perhaps the inner light will shine forth from us, and we'll need no other light. Wouldn't that be amazing? And don't we all know of people, when they walk in the room, you know they are there. They have that aura about them. They have that energy, that joy, that love, that light. And they just walk around like that all the time. And then there's always Mr. Gloom and Doom that walks in. Whoa. You can feel those people walk in as well. But the only thing known to us human beings that can extinguish the darkness is light. And I wonder if we just stop a little bit. I was having a conversation yesterday. All the stuff that we get, our feathers in all bunched and we're ruffled up about, does it really make any difference? Do all what church we go to, how we vote, what clubs we go to, what we do for a living, how much money we have, does that make really any difference? How much love do we share? How much forgiveness do we participate in? How much acceptance? How much gratitude do we show? How much compassion and empathy do we share with our fellow human beings? I wish our whole town could get along like we do in this room. You know, we can. We really can. If we live our light. You wonder how many times, I catch myself all the time, things aren't bad enough in this world, I have to add to it. Look at those politicians, look at, we were just having a conversation a little while about the healthcare industry and how exorbitant and horrible. And I joined right in. Was I helping the energy and the consciousness of the room? No, I was adding to the darkness, to the anxiety. And I think if each one of us could be a little mindful, especially during this time of so much darkness, the short days, all the gloom and doom that's going on in our society globally, if we could just let go of the darkness, if we could let go of the negativity and mindfully look for what is the positive, what is the light, where is the empathy, where is the sharing, where is the spirit of Christmas, where is the spirit of Hanukkah? How can we share this goodness that's a source in every one of us? Every one of us have it, like fingerprints. We all have it. We can share it if we control our thoughts, if we don't let the radio and the television and the internet freak us out to join the herd of the hurry-scurry. We have such a gift within us. And that gift is not worth a thing until we share it. Our money, just money until we share it. Our love is just a thing, an energy, until we share it, until we use it, until we give it. I'm going to end this little talk about light the same way I started this morning. The best gift we can give to the world is ourselves. Your authentic, your true self, your light, your love, your acceptance, your caring, your hugs, your smile, your time, your talent, and your thought, and your treasure, and your light, your soul, the spirit within you. That's what we can share. We don't have to spend time in the mall. We can spend time caring about each other. Going to visit seniors that are shut in somewhere in some elder care place. Reaching out to those cousins and nieces and nephews that we haven't seen in years. Just give them a call and tell them you love them. There's so many things that this light we have inside of us, you can't use it all up. If we'd sit down and think instead of, what are we going to shop for? Who are we going to share our love with? Who are we going to call? Send a card to? How many people send Christmas cards anymore? We used to do it, have huge lists. And it just kind of went by the wayside. But isn't that letting people know we think about them, we care about them, we remember them. I got a card the other day from an old friend. Haven't heard from this friend. And it just said, I think about you often, Pat, and I love you. You just need to know that. I wanted to tell you that. Wow. We all have the ability to do that. It's what we choose to think about. It's how we choose to live our day. Mindfully, or we can just go with the rest of the herd. Cottingtown would love to have us. But I know the people at the day programs at the Council on Aging would love to have us too. I know the people down at the food bank would love to have what we can share. I know the people at COTS could use some socks and blankets and sweaters and jackets. There are so many ways, like the blue bags and the toys for tots. There are so many things we can share to people that are in pretty dark places. Our board met this morning. We're going to do some new things this year, and I'm so happy that we are, as an organization, going to be sharing our time, talent, thought, and treasure, and our light more with our community. It's our choice. And I think one of the great things, the girls sharing what they did this morning, if we can share with each other ideas that we have about how we can spread our light, our love, our generosity, our gratitude. That's what our world needs. We don't need another mall. We don't need another app. We don't need another thing like where we order stuff online. Our world needs our compassion, our light, our acceptance, and our love. Let's share our light. Let's let that light within us, that spirit, that love, let's let it shine. Maestro, let's finish up this day with this little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine, and let it shine for the people that really need to see a little light in their very dark places where they happen to be right this moment.
Amen.
back, sorry, stand back a little bit so you get the whole thing. Thank you. You too.
Shine your lights.
Emergency bag for dogs, and she was leaving, and I said, Maddie, where are you going? She said, well, we're in they said it was a tsunami warning. I said, look, if we get a tsunami right here where we're standing, the whole West Coast will fall. Yeah, I said, you have to think about topography, it's just like, I don't have to worry, go back.
Beautiful service.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we're not looking forward to the next time we get together.
All right, couple weeks, you got it. Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
And no one felt anything?
Nobody felt anything, but our phones went off repeatedly. I found it comforting that we are all connected by the web. It will inform us.
Yes.
And, so we started looking up information on Facebook and we sent out messages to our friends up on the.
Well, they said, because of the way the earthquake went, had it been a real deep 7 point, it really could have, for certain places, it could have been and very bad. But,
Yeah, I've got friends up the coast, just right near Acadia, Trinidad, and They're not even a mile long. Check it out. But it's nice, it is that like kind of instant warning or, just a moment after.
That's your stuff, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's making me feel good about it. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, the alert system is,
Yeah.
they really stepped it up.
Yeah, they followed up with some reports about how they need to tweak it, and they recognize that, but, they've got it on board, and, feedback is been appreciated, and that kind of thing, so.
Pat, I'll be in touch.
All right, Dick, thank you very much, sir. Just slam that door, Dick.
All right.
I forgot the whole thing right before you.
Is there a section that we didn't do?
Yeah,
Creating our abundance?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
that's all right.
Nobody missed it. Nobody complained. I've realized that I've got a certain kind of abundance, and I'd like to touch base with somebody at COTS who is working in that, that expanded, clinic.
Patrick
Um,
Higgins,
Patrick Higgins, okay.
and I'm supposed to, I did a terrible thing.
Yeah.
I gotta sit for a second.
Yes.
Well, Kathleen, it was her idea to do that fundraiser for COTS.
Uh-huh.
And when we went down to take the check, I neglected to invite her to go with us.
Oh,
And she was upset by that.
yeah.
So I'm trying to get an appointment with Patrick. They had the grand opening, and he's putting out a lot of little fires,
Uh-huh.
But I would like to do that after this week. My daughter comes tomorrow for a week.
Oh, lovely.
And
Nice for you.
we're gonna do some singing, and my band's playing twice, and so, but the following week, I'd like to, or sometime between now and Christmas or now and the end of the year, I'd like to go back down. I'd like to invite her and maybe you and come down and look at that thing, and if you wanna do it privately, and I'll give you his number and stuff.
It's not a private thing, it's just like, I came to realize, and I wanna run this by him, many of us have, a Medicare senior, program